Hi folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And first of all, I'd like to extend my condolences for all who are trying to make it through this winter weather. Bundle up, do whatever you can to stay warm. The Pacific Northwest just got hit with a bunch, so we're trying to make it too. At any rate, our game this time is called Ghost Pilots, created by SNK in 1991 for the NEO GEO cabinet. And it's very much like 1942, although 1942 came out 7 years before this game. There's its marquee, or little mini marquee that they put it at the top of on the cabinet. And Neo Geos often came with 2 or 4 game slots. But there's also the Neo Geo home console version, the AES version. And like I said, this is like 1942 with updated graphics and sound. But really, it's, in my opinion, it's not that great a game. It's one of their oldest ones, so really, I mean, one of the oldest ones for the Neo Geo, so I give it a pass. But yeah, it's a lot like 1942, except it doesn't all take place high up in the air. I mean, they show you going over ground level, they show you going over mountains and canyons and stuff. You can play this 2-player simultaneous if you like. Whatever manner you play, this game just goes on forever, it seems. It takes way too damn long. But basically, you just move your seaplane around and press A to just fire shots. You can get power-ups by shooting a bunch of red planes in a row and collecting the power-up, just like 1942. The similarities are many, and kind of makes the game seem very derivative. But the B button will allow you to fire a certain bomb, and at the beginning you can select which kind of bomb you want. I prefer the first one, really. One of them has a widespread blast radius, and the other just kind of focuses in on one spot at a time. See there, the S upgrades your shot. You could have some pretty nice shot power, but of course once you die you lose it completely. At the beginning this is really generally pretty easy. The enemies don't fire a whole lot. You can fake out the tanks by just not staying still when they're trying to get a beat on you with their turrets. And that B means bomb. You start out with 3 bombs, and I just picked up an extra one. If you can help it, at least early on, save it for the boss characters that you will come across. There'll often be like gigantic fighter jets. Ah, shit, that was not smart. There'll be like tanks, all sorts of different boss enemies. Most of them are like giant fighting jets or something. Yeah, that's what the one I selected looks like. The first one, the first type of bomb. You don't get very many chances throughout the game to select your bomb type. There's really only 2 that I like. That's the one I have, and then later on there's one that it like plants 4 mines or something within a square area, and then they go off and detonate make like 4 different blasts. You'll see that later, much later. This is definitely one of my longest games or videos, and I didn't even record the whole game. I just took snapshots of like the final level. But here's a giant tank. Just save your bombs for the enemy. Oops, that was not smart. I'll put in my initials. If you screw up and pass a letter, or pass one initial, then there's an arrow insignia that'll let you go back to the beginning. That's what I did here. You can continue at any time, right from the point where you died. And now I'm going to start using my bombs. Oh. Yeah, really this first level is quite easy in comparison to later ones. Oops. Your shots won't go through that guy's fire. I mean his flame attack. Continue on. Yeah, this level's not over with. The levels are just arduously long. Just a real pain in the ass. And I know cities around the Northeast have particularly been hit hard by the cold spell. Ice, snow, blizzards, you name it. Really, the Pacific Northwest hasn't quite nearly had it that bad. We just got a bunch of snow dumped on us, but it's mostly snow and really not much in the way of ice. So I've still been able to get to work. It kind of sucks. But we've had, I work at a veterans hospital, and so we've had a lot of cases, a lot of patients cancel their appointments, so I've been able to get off early. Thursday I didn't work at all because I had to get my heater repaired. I had no heat in my house, which really sucked. But they're working on repairing that. They're going to come back Monday and finish. But Friday I was able to go to work, but I got off like 2.5 hours early. We're supposed to have it start to clear up a bit Monday. Rain is supposed to melt away the snow. We probably got I don't know, the better part of a foot dumped on us. My backyard, which isn't even really a backyard, has a bunch of snow dumped on there. I left my lawnmower out. It's practically covered up. Here and there in this game, you'll get these giant planes, just like in 1942. And now here's a boss plane. Really, I could have done a much better job of avoiding fire in this game, and I got to the point where I was like, this game is so damn long, I don't give a shit. Well, he blew up. And that was actually a pretty quick boss there. It's funny, my seaplane was giant there for a little while because I was in the middle of diving down from having lost my last life. at any rate, now this shows the remaining choices of levels you have. Now you can choose from 3 different bombs, and I'm going to choose the last one because I like the spread of that one. Yeah, at some point during this video, I'm just going to skip ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna just show you little pictures of later areas, and I think I just did that for the last level. But you get to a point where it shows like mystery level or something, or it shows like a level that you can choose that has a question mark on it, and that's gonna be the last level. You won't be able to select that until the end. And again, yeah, they're the same red enemies from 1942 that give you a power-up are in here. It's kind of a rip-off there. Yeah, this really isn't one of the Neo Geo's better games, nor is it one of their better shooting games. Neo Geo had some pretty good shooting games like PULSTAR. That little sound meant an extra life. I think once you pass 50,000, or if you pass your high score on the game, you get a free life. And once in a while, the red planes, if you shoot them all, they'll grant you a floating one-up sign that you have to catch. But those are ways to get extra lives. You can run right into those red planes that give you power-ups, and on later levels, they'll yeah, there's the one up right there. Shit, I failed to grab it. There we go. But yeah, on later levels, you can easily run into the red planes because they're like more kamikaze. At this point in the game, it's not so much that the enemy fire is tough to avoid, but the enemies come all over the place, and they try to ram you, and it gets really hectic. This game is hard, but it's also ridiculously long and very derivative. Just not Neo Geo's finest hour. But yeah, some of the better shooting games for the Neo Geo are like VIEWPOINT's pretty cool. PULSAR's pretty cool. The AERO FIGHTERS games are pretty cool. AERO FIGHTERS 1, 2, and 3. There's another one, Blazing Star. Actually, I can't remember if it was Pulsar. I think it was called a PULSTAR or something. But there was also Blazing Star, which was really good. Yeah, there's a number of good Neo Geo shooters. I think people generally see the Neo Geo as a haven for fighting games. Yeah, that's kind of true, but there's a lot of other good ones. Other good genre games for the Neo Geo. It's got some good puzzle games too. And there goes that boss. As you go through stages, the landscape changes. Sometimes you go and land, and you get things tallied up. There's stars that you can pick up from destroying giant enemies. Not particularly bosses, but just giant enemies. And you can collect them once you get to an area like this. You can collect the points bonus from collecting the stars. I really did not get a very high score on this game with one of my credits. but I don't care. I'm not really fond of this game. I like this this ground layout here of the railroad tracks. For its time, the graphics and sound are okay, but just not particularly memorable in my opinion, and especially since it was very derivative of 1942. Heck, the green planes remind me of it. The red power-up planes, just too similar. But yeah, this was suggested by Martin Hernandez, YouTube user. He asked if I would do this game. I said yeah. I didn't do it right away. Sometimes I have other projects in mind. I hate those blue planes. Those blue planes will try to seek you out and try to run into you. And when they do, they don't blow up. They just go right through you. Bunch of shit. Yeah, for each life you get 3 bombs. Fuckers. And they barely graze you and you die. Sucks. You get 3 bombs, you can pick up extra ones from destroying enough red planes. And there's another star. If you're risking enemy fire just to get a star or something, don't do it. Just leave it alone. Yeah, here and there, these missile carriers will launch missiles, and they'll just follow you all around and be a general nuisance, as if other things weren't annoying enough. One thing to maybe remember, like if you're fighting a boss and you know you're about to die, you have a bomb left, release it. If that's your last life, then on your next credit, the first plane will appear and the bomb will take effect. The bomb that was fired from the last plane. So keep that in mind. And while you're letting your bomb take effect, don't stop firing with your regular shot. Keep blasting away. Those bosses take forever to kill, so whatever firepower you can spare to try to take it down, use it. There's a point when some of the bosses will have a certain shot that's really annoying. It's like this swirly fire shot, and if you shoot it, it explodes and breaks off into other shots. That's really annoying, so you don't want to do that if you can help it. And the seaplane touches down. Well, it says stage clear, but oftentimes your plane will fly back up and go right back to action, so I don't really consider that a stage in itself. And yep, there we go, right back in action. Oh my god. This video isn't even 1/5 of the way through. This game just goes on way too friggin' long. This is probably the longest NEO GEO game time-wise to like complete, and since it's so derivative of 1942 and maybe other shooting games, it's really hard to slog through all of this. Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I think the blue planes that hit you, I think they should explode at least. Give you some satisfaction for your sacrifice. Yeah, this is one of the older SNK NEO GEO games. I think maybe the oldest was called NAM 75 or NAM 1975, which is kind of a strange name for a game, because I thought the war was pretty much over by 74 and they were evacuating absolutely everybody, and I thought they were all out by 75. Maybe not. I'm no I'm no history scholar by any means, but at any rate, I think I might have played that game once. It was okay. It was kind of like another game called Cabal, or Cabal, C-A-B-A-L. I've really given up caring too much about being careful at this point. I just wanted to get through the damn thing. And again, you can collect those stars, and you'll be able to get the bonus from them whenever you reach the end of a level. So who knows when the hell that's going to be. Yeah, I find the missiles and those blue planes to be the biggest pain in the ass in this whole game. And now look at the turrets on those tanks. They're so much faster. They just whip around to pinpoint your location and blast the hell out of you. Now we get these big ass tanks here. I think the first NEO GEO game I ever saw was Fatal Fury 1. And that was back in, I think, like early 92 or something. Or maybe it was late 91. And at first I was like, oh my god, what a Street Fighter 2 ripoff. But yeah, there were some things that made it a little different. It wasn't as good as Street Fighter 2, but yeah, it was the start of a very popular franchise. Spawned King of Fighters, another popular Neo Geo fighting franchise. I have Fatal Fury Special and Real Bout Fatal Fury for my Neo Geo cabinet. Those are both excellent fighting games. Those are the best of the Fatal Fury franchise. And if one of the King of Fighter games, and I can't remember which one it is, one of the later ones, and the Fatal Fury series crossed over with the Art of Fighting series. Characters from one game appeared in the other. Some of the sounds in Ghost Pilots were reused in other Neo Geo games. Yikes. It's the bomb. There is a semi-auto fire feature in this game. If you hold down the fire button, it will, I think it will release a little stream of shots. After a little while it'll stop, and then you'll have to hold it down again. I didn't really use that here. I probably should have, but I really don't care. This game is just very hard to sit through, and already I'm kind of fidgeting or trying to think of something to say, because getting bored with just watching this game. Imagine how I felt playing the thing. Now they try to get tricky by having these planes swoop down from above and then appear on the playing field and come down at you. Yeah, now those green planes can run through me and not die. I think that's really lame. Stupid missiles, go away. Damn it, let me get that fucking bomb. Assholes. I'm not sure how long it would take for the floating power-up to disappear off the screen. I don't know that it ever would. Fuck. Oh. My dog is looking at me she's really bored. Well, sorry. She's gonna have to sit around for another half hour plus. Well, I already let her out to go, so she's got food in her dish and she's got water, so she should be alright. She's always starved for attention. Typical dog. I didn't put in the initials right, but it's only 10th place anyway. Come on, you damn thing, die. And again, if you're on your last life and you know you're about to die, just fire the bomb, even if it doesn't fully detonate, if it's in the midst of detonating. When you continue with your next credit, it'll finish and you'll still have your other 3 bombs. Now we land and do the totals again. It's just 1,000 points for each star. So if you're really into collecting stars and you're trying to collect one and you're under heavy enemy fire and you might get killed trying to go after it, don't bother. And just like in 1943, there's battleships on the sea. So maybe ripping off another game. Now she's starting to really annoy me. She needs to not bug me. Pull it down. Pull it down. Good dog. She's really bored. Now the red planes start trying to get tricky and whoa, psych you out in terms of not knowing where they're gonna land, making it really tricky, not just to try to get the power up from them, but to try to avoid getting hit by them altogether. Damn it. Yeah, I won't play through the last level on this, but I'll show you some screenshots of some of the action of the last level, and then I'll show you the very ending after I beat the final boss. The final boss is actually pretty impressive. He's this gigantic tank that takes up like more than a couple screens to see all of him. You just destroy one part of him and then you see the tank scrolling upwards to see the next part of its body. And you have to destroy that, then destroy another part of it. pretty big. And then the ending is no real great shakes. See, I greatly prefer games like AERO FIGHTERS, where you get to select from a bunch of different guys. Here's a pretty cool tank that you have to fight a boss. But yeah, like the AERO FIGHTERS games, there's several characters you can choose from, and if you pick 2 players at once, then they'll often interact with each other or talk with each other, which is kind of cool. And then they have a specialized ending, and it's a different ending if you have 2 different characters. They'll interact with each other during the ending sequence. I really like that. This doesn't have anything like that. You can choose 2-player simultaneous play. Oh, there's the special fireballs that I told you about. If you shoot the fireballs as they zoom toward you, then they break into a lot of little shots, and just one of them will kill you upon impact. And that's the end of that bastard. Well, we're halfway through the video. Phew. I couldn't play through this whole thing in one sitting, so I cut it at one point, and then started back up partway through. So there's what the last level is gonna look like. Alright, the second to last level is this one. The last level was that one with the question mark on it, the mystery level or something, but this isn't too difficult here. This part starts off pretty easy. Except for that, there's one of those planes that take forever to shoot down. And then a bunch more join in. They shoot pretty fast. Yeah, these guys have much faster shots than most of the enemies. And again, it's not that the enemies shoot fast, they don't. But there's so many enemies, and oftentimes it's not about shooting, it's about trying to keep them from ramming into you. Yeah, I love this bomb. It's like four mines put up in the air, and then they all detonate. Oh, did I get an extra life just in time or something? Yeah, probably passed my high score to get an extra life. I kind of think that's neat that they do that. Yeah, for 1991, the graphics are decent. It's just that, well, there's another one-up that I can collect for having. Hey, God damn it! Get it! There we go. Shit. Yeah, S is for shot, and then B is for bomb. Yeah, I love that. I think that's so cool. Just these other planes come in and set the mines or whatever, and then they all explode one after the other. Yeah, if you were looking for some games for your NEO GEO cabinet, or some games for your home NEO GEO system, the AES, as it's also known, I would not recommend this one. You can get many better ones. Shit. Stupid blue planes. I've been thinking about investing in the NEO GEO home system. Almost nobody had it because it was just too damn expensive. Now with eBay, you could get it cheaper than it was. Back then it was like $500 for the home system. Well, even nowadays, systems don't quite go for that much. Now this guy is pretty impressive. This guy is huge. It's a giant airship. There's really in this game there's too many tanks and airships or jet fighters as bosses. It would have been cooler to have like different types of craft, like maybe battle a giant train or something on the ground. Battle a giant blimp or something, but seems to be either one or the other, a train or some sort of aircraft, giant aircraft or something, but or either a tank or some kind of aircraft. Some giant boss is pretty much all you face. I've been meaning to invest in the AES NEO GEO home system, primarily because God, I love that bomb. Primarily because if you use you can use a memory card to keep your place on certain games. If you use that for the home system, and then take your memory card to a NEO GEO arcade cabinet, you can pick up your game information on that cabinet and play from that spot, which is really quite cool. And I have a memory card, but I don't have a home system, and you can't save from the arcade game and put on the home system. Only the other way around, which kind of sucks, but oh well. I think the cheapest I've seen the home system nowadays is like $270 or something like that. It's still kind of expensive. I'd seen a store not far from me that had one of those nostalgia game stores. There was a place not far from me that has the NEO GEO X, which is it's a little different, but you can't use the memory card for that, so I'm not gonna buy that one. I think the NEO GEO X is kind of like one of those plug-and-play nostalgia things, like a Namco collection type of thing with Ms. Pac-Man, Pole Position, Dig Dug, etc. Like 6 games or so, where you can plug it into your TV. I think that's sort of what it is. Well, only a little over 20 minutes to go. This was just a pain in the butt to sit through, and trying to find things to talk about while watching it isn't particularly fun either. I'm gonna bomb the hell out of this bastard. Well, maybe this is kind of a battle blimp or something like that. Some sort of airship, battleship, something like that. But I do love that that bomb. That's the best one in the whole game as far as I'm concerned. Just keep using them up on the bosses. And again, if you're afraid that you're gonna die and you have one left, and you don't think you'll have time for it to detonate, even if you're just starting to use it and you die, it'll resume being used on your next life or your next credit, which is pretty nice. And again, yeah, there's 2 players simultaneous play on this, but yeah. Since I don't have another controller for this game, I just play all my games single player. There's the music for landing again, where you get your stars bonus added up. Tanks and planes that you shot down. Points for them added up too. One of these days I have to fix my NEO GEO. The sound is kind of going out. Probably got about 18 games or so. I got some pretty good ones, some fairly rare ones in there. One of them is pretty good one. It's one of the Super Dodgeball games. They have it has characters from the game Renegade and River City Ransom. Glad my dog decided to quit being annoying and just went to sleep. It's pretty cool shots of the volcano below. Pretty good animation or graphics or whatever. Yeah, those homing missiles and those blue planes, I think are the biggest annoyance in this game. And now, yeah, those red planes are starting to get tricky. Those big planes are annoying too now because they shoot so fast and often. More homing missiles. I'd never seen this game. Not the NEO GEO version. And again, it's one of the earliest ones. I think, like I said, NAM 75 or NAM 1975, I think was the first NEO GEO game. And that would have been probably like 1990. And then this was 1991, so still very early. Another, maybe the second game after NAM 1975 might have been League Bowling, and that's actually a pretty good game. The only bowling game I think for the NEO GEO. NEO GEO had some good sports games. Had one or two good golf games. I'm not a fan of golf, but pretty good games. Yeah, this guy is a cheap fucker, and he takes different forms. He flies out of view, or actually, it's different planes. They just come. One goes below the clouds, and then another one reappears. So there's different planes you have to kill. It sucks. I drop the bomb, and then he sinks below the clouds, so that I miss him entirely with the bomb. Bastard. Again, this was requested by Martin Hernandez. If you have any requests for games that you'd like to see, as long as it wasn't like super popular, then I'll probably consider it. Somebody requested Tubin a while back. That was Nadrian ATRS, and I might have to turn that down, unfortunately. There's the other giant plane. Because there's like some secret tricks to it, and I was hoping to uncover that, and I have no idea how to do it. There's like secret letters that you can find, and once you find them all, you're encouraged to show proof that you got them all, and then you'll be able to go get a free T-shirt that says I got all the letters in Tubin or something. It's a lot of people loved that game. I wasn't super crazy about it, but now we're gonna fly back up and keep going. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna play the entire final level on this game. I'll show you some screenshots on it. I'll show you a short video of me beating the final boss, which is a giant tank that's like 3 screens tall. Pretty impressive. And then you'll see the ending sequence. We're getting close to the end of the game. Some more giant planes. Stupid blue planes, leave me alone. God damn it! They're so annoying. Yeah, I was just not crazy about this game. I've got a few NEO GEO games that I'd still like to get a hold of for the NEO GEO cabinet. One of them is VIEWPOINT, and that was a pretty cool 3D. I mean, totally 3D polygons, whatnot. Shooting game. Very, very cool game. But I did find that like once on eBay, and somebody wanted like 1,000 or some crap like that. It's just ridiculous how much people want for games. Even more ridiculous that people would actually pay that, but they do. I'm not that fervent a collector, sorry. giant air battleship, whatever, airship of some sort. This one's pretty impressive in size as well. Sorry. But you probably can't really blame me for being tired sitting in front of this game this whole time. But right now it's almost 3 in the morning. But this game is just 10 more minutes long. Like I said, I will not show you the entire final stage because we have already gone far enough. But I will show you some screenshots of flying through the final stage, and then I'll show you the final boss. And you'll get to see the ending sequence. Blew that damn thing up. Now I'll land to get my totals added up for how many planes and tanks and stuff that I've destroyed, how many stars I've got, and a clear bonus. And take off and fly again. Stage is not really over yet. Jeez, just takes forever. And this part just feels exactly like 1942. It's the look of the water and the green planes coming down at you, and the red bonus planes, just too derivative. I'm sorry, but goodness gracious. Wouldn't be a big deal if SNK made that, but no, that was Capcom. In my opinion, that was like the first. It wasn't the first vertical shooter by any means. But in my opinion, it was the first that had like a special weapon and maybe the first one with power-ups that I can remember. The first scrolling vertical shooter with power-ups that I can think of would be 1942 in 1984. It really was a trendsetter. Very, very, very popular in the arcades, and I can totally understand why. Even though that was Capcom, ROMstar had its name like most prominently on it. It seemed ROMstar had its name on a lot of arcade games back then, even though they didn't make a single one of their own. Oh, sit tight, folks. We're almost done. About 6 minutes or so left. You are watching Ghost Pilots by SNK in 1991. As I said, this was Suggested by Martin Hernandez, YouTube user. If you got a request to make, let me know, and I'll do my best to make a video of it, provide hopefully some helpful narration on how to play the game, how to beat the game. Just, you know, as long as it's not like Pac-Man or something that absolutely everybody's friggin' played, then sure I'll make a video of it. I might make a collection of classic games to make videos of someday. Probably will. Just so I can give hints and stuff on it. Some history or trivia of the game. Just hate those friggin' blue planes. God damn it. There's another gigantic airship. Yeah, I'm so tired. And I haven't done a damn thing all day. I work weekdays. I get weekends off, so I didn't really have anything to do, so I just kind of screwed around. Did very little. Please die. Breaks in half. The half that hasn't been destroyed still takes me on. Just die already. Jeez Louise. Good gravy. Just frickin' die already. There we go. Okay, yeah, and I think in just a moment I'll show you screenshots of what the last level looks like, or it starts showing you like a picture of the enemies to come, and like maybe the main enemy commander. And we'll look at that in just a second. Yeah, that's what the last level looks like. Yeah, they show a screen of the enemy commander and some enemies to come. Then a little bit, then you get to choose one of two bomb types. Then there's the terrain for some of the level. Then there's a boss enemy, another giant plane. And then there's, I think, like a total of 3 different fighter jets that you have to take on as another boss. And then there's part of the giant tank at the very end, the final boss. There's the bottom part, at least. And then there's the middle part. Yeah, it's frickin' huge. Very impressive final boss there. And then there's the top part of the boss. And now we're going to watch the ending sequence. I will blow this sucker up here. You get a pretty nice 10 million point bonus. Well, that is Ghost Pilots by SNK in 1991. And again, this was suggested by Martin Hernandez. And if you have a suggestion, let me know. Post it in the inbox, or private message or whatever, or email me at retrorussell at AOL.com. Or at AOL. Yeah, at AOL.com. Sorry, I'm paying attention to something else. But, yeah, let me know in one way or another that you have a request, and I'll do my best to honor it. Well, that's the ending sequence to Ghost Pilots by SNK in 1991. This is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching, and I will catch you sometime later in the future with another video. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.